This is NBC5 News at 10 on KOBI.
The Grants Pass City Council adding new sites where homeless people can camp. Thank you for choosing NBC5 News at 10 on KOBI. I'm Andrea Boyd. 2 weeks after a Josephine County judge granted a preliminary injunction against the city, NBC5's Lauren Preto has more on the story.
It was just a few months ago the Grants Pass City Council reduced the amount of places homeless people can camp within the city. But now, under the conditions of a preliminary injunction, the city must increase the number of encampment sites. 2 weeks ago, a Josephine County judge found that Disability Rights Oregon and the Oregon Law Center met the burden for the preliminary injunction in its lawsuit against the city. As a result, the city must now increase its designated camping sites to allow for up to 150 people and ensure camping sites provide accessible routes and surfaces for people with disabilities. The City Council held a work session Tuesday afternoon to have its first official discussion of the ruling and to figure out where the city will go from here.
We have a potential of 288 sites if you designated all of those or a portion thereof to come up with the target of about 150 plus.
With establishing new camping sites, the council faced two major factors: the location and the size of a site. If the council chose to add one larger site, such as the proposed site on Midland Avenue, which could hold around 88 tents, less neighborhoods would be affected. But according to Police Chief Warren Hensman, a site with a large capacity could pose safety issues for those living in the camps.
For example, we just had a fight with a couple subjects in that campsite. One guy pulled out a gun, so I am quite concerned about behavior issues over there, criminal matters.
On the other hand, if the council chose to add numerous smaller sites, they would be easier to monitor. But if these sites were spread out, it would be harder for homeless residents to move from one to another, and neighbors surrounding the camps would be unhappy, as Councilor Rob Pell pointed out.
It's clear that our public safety department is not able to keep areas that are surrounding any one of these sites, not able to keep the people feeling safe. I much prefer having it more concentrated in this area because we've already essentially know what we've got in this area.
In the end, the City Council voted to keep its existing sites at 6th and 7th Street, add a site at the city employee parking lot on A Street, and add a site on OnTrack's former outpatient facility parking lot. Both of these new sites are next to the site at 6th Street. Chief Hensman and City Manager Aaron Kubik say that solution may come with a cost.
To have 3 or 4 sites on this block would essentially be having one site.
A good distance between locations is something that I think we should consider. I am concerned about increasing levels of crime here.
The site on A Street should be ready for people to come into by next week, but the site at OnTrack's former parking lot won't be ready until late April or early May. All sites will have to be made ADA accessible before the preliminary injunction can be lifted.
This is not an optimal solution by any means, but it is what it is.
I don't know how long they're gonna, if this solution is going to lift the injunction immediately, or if this is going to be a drawn-out thing. I mean, it's so unpredictable at this time.
In Grants Pass, I'm Lauren Preto, NBC5 News.